Wave your hand from the Caribbean. Wave your hand, wave your hand, wave your hand from your number one. So the Caribbean Premier League 2022 has begun, and the first week of play started in St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. The first match took place where the Jamaica Tallawahs, they came up against the host, the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. And what an opening match! And boy, what an opening match did we see. Kennard Lewis and Brandon King putting on 100+ opening stand. And King in particular going on to score 89 runs, helping the Tallawahs to power their way to 183 for 2 in 20 overs. Wow. Brandon King making 89 off 57 deliveries. Kennard Lewis 48 of 46, just at a runner ball. But then Rovman Powell, he came in and applied those finishing touches, striking at 200, scoring 30 of 15 deliveries, and he was not out. In response, the Patriots got off to a disastrous start. Mohamed Amir getting rid of the dangerous Evan Lewis, who was pulling straight to deep square leg. Evan Lewis gone very early. Andre Fletcher, a very slow and cautious start, scoring 31 of 34. And Darren Bravo being dismissed quickly, only a single of 5 deliveries. The Patriots, they were 49 for 3 in 9 overs. Rutherford, of course, put some respect on the scorecard, getting to 33 of 22. But it was all about Nicholas Gordon, who picked up 3 for 32. And Imad Wazim 2 for 20, helping the Tallawahs to beat the Patriots by 47 runs. Wow. So the Patriots, they could only muster 136 in their 20 overs. Can you believe it? The big bad Patriots losing to the Jamaica Tallawahs in their opener. In the second game, St. Lucia Kings, they were taking on the Trinbago Knight Riders. And the St. Lucia Kings, they were batting first and they got off to a very slow start. They were 37 for 2 in 6 overs. And Mark Dale, he then was at the wicket and scored a nice 35 off 24 to get the Kings up to 76 for 2. But then Akil Hussain in that 13th over picked up 3 wickets. Hussain picked up 3 wickets in the 13th over to leave the Kings going from 76 for 2 to 79 for 5. Akil Hussain finishing with 4 for 13. Sunil Narayan also picked up 1 wicket for 21 runs. Always been economical is Sunil Narayan. In response, the Knight Riders made the chase look very difficult, as they only won by 3 wickets with 4 deliveries to spare. It was Tion Webster who ensured that they got over the line with the assistance of Tim Seifert. Webster scoring 58 of 45 and Tim Seifert 34 of 39. Alzari Joseph looked really well with the ball, picking up 4 wickets for 17 runs, including the dangerous Andre Russell. Wow. Kesrick Williams, he got 1 for 23, but the Knight Riders, they beat the St. Lucia Kings by 3 wickets. Over to match number 3, it was now the Patriots' turn to take on the Barbados Royals. And this time it was a rain-affected game, so we only had 17 overs for the Patriots to bat, but they struggled. They only could muster 149 for 8 from their 17 overs. No one got going apart from Andre Fletcher. So Fletcher scored 81 off 55 deliveries, meaning Fletcher batted about 9 overs for the team and scored 81 runs. Wow. And the rest of this team struggled. Joshua De Silva scoring 19 of 18, but then no one else could cross a dozen runs. And so, of course, the Patriots only scoring 149 meant the Royals needed 150 from their 17 overs, and they got the perfect bullet start from guess who? The bullet openers, Kyle Mayers and Raheem Cornwall. We know these guys love to go hard, but Mayers and Cornwall, they took apart the Patriots opening bowlers in the power play, and the Royals were then 63 without loss at the end of 6 overs. Of course, Cornwall then went in the 7th over for 39 of 25, but Kyle Mayers, he ensured that his team would get over the line, scoring a brilliant 73 of 46 deliveries. And so, the Royals ended up winning by 7 wickets with 11 deliveries to spare. A brilliant display of batting by the two power hitters at the top, Cornwall and Mayers. Over in match 4, the Jamaica Tallawahs then faced the Guyana Amazon Warriors on Saturday. And the Amazon Warriors were off to a very slow start. Mohamed Amir getting rid of the two openers, the Chandra Paul Hemraj gone. And so now the Amazon Warriors, they were struggling in the power play, but Shimron Hetmai and Shea Hope, they just mustered together a little partnership to help to get the Warriors back on track. But both of them not even playing at a runner ball. Shea Hope then got dismissed in the 14th over, and the Amazon Warriors were then 71 for 3 at the end of 14 overs. Of course then, they had 6 more overs to try to get as much as they could, and thanks to Romario Shepherd, a blinder 36 off 17 deliveries, it powered them to 142. Will that be enough to beat the Jamaica Tallawahs? Well, in response, the Warriors, they struck very early, getting rid of Kennar Lewis. And so now, the Jamaica Tallawahs, they were 41 for 3 at the end of 7 over. Brandon King scoring 32 of those 41 runs. Yes, Brandon King scored 32. And then when Brandon King got dismissed in the 7th over and the Tallawahs being 41 for 3, the skipper, Rovman Powell, had to play a different style of inning, still had to be aggressive and assertive, but had to tone it with some, a little bit of tempo and just guiding his team to ensure that the Tallawahs got across the line in the final over. Powell remaining unbeaten on 44 of 38. Gudakesh Moti, he's the one who got the early breakthroughs for the Amazon Warriors, picking up 2 for 10 from his 4 overs. Yes, 2 for 10. And Imran Tahir 1 for 22 from his 4. Also, Tabrei Shamsi picked 1 for 24, going at an economy of 6. So we see that the spinners stranglehold the Tallawahs, but their seamers, the Shepherd and Smith, they didn't perform so well with the ball. And so of course the Tallawahs got the better of the Warriors. Now over to the Patriots versus the Knight Riders. That game unfortunately was washed out. So it rained and both teams had to settle for a point, the match resulting in a draw. Over to the Barbados Royals and St. Lucia Kings yesterday on Sunday. It was an exciting encounter. The Royals opening pair again, the ball bushers I will call them, Kyle Mayers and Rakeem Cornwall, got the team off to a flyer. There were 49 runs in the 5th over before they lost their first wicket. Rakeem Cornwall scored 32 of 17 deliveries and Kyle Mayers 36 of 23. They powered the Royals to be at 100 for 2 in 13 overs. Of course, when Myers and Cornwall got dismissed, the scoring rate started to decrease significantly despite the likes of a Jason Hola, Quinton de Kock, and David Miller. They only could get to 162 for 8 in their 20 overs. Again, Alzari Joseph, the pick up the bowlers for St. Lucia, 2 for 31, and Mark Dale, the off spinner, 2 for 15. So with the Royals scoring 162, the Royals, they needed early wicket, and early wicket, that is what they got from Kyle Mayers. Kyle Mayers picked up 4 for 4 in 2 overs as he ran through the Kings' top order. Kyle Mayers 4 for 4, Johnson Charles gone, Roston Chase gone. You think about it, the top order left in pieces, shattered by the brilliance of Kyle Mayers. Now at 10 for 4 it began to rain, and so the rain saved the St. Lucia Kings. But after the rain delay, they came out and they managed to muster up 81 runs from the next 5 overs. With Duplessis and Alzarri Joseph playing some brilliant innings. Faf ended up unbeaten on 47 of 20. Alzarri Joseph 29 of 18. But it was just a little too late as the Royals won by 11 runs according to the Duckworth-Lewis method. And then the final game on Sunday, the Guyana Amazon Warriors versus the Patriots, it ended up in a draw again, a washed out game. Alright, and we see the Jamaica Tallawahs, they're at the top of the table, 2 from 2. We see the St. Lucia Kings at the bottom. Wow! Currently occupying the top 4 spaces are the Tallawahs, the Royals, the Knight Riders, and the Patriots. So the Warriors and the Kings, they definitely have some work to do. Now the leading run scorer, no surprise so far, it's Brandon King. 2 matches, 2 innings, 121 runs at an average of 60 and a strike rate of just below 150. Brandon King showing his work that, of course, he's booking his spot for the T20 World Cup, having scored that brilliant half century against New Zealand. So Brandon King at the top of the runs chart, leading the way and securing his spot for the T20 World Cup. Remember, that's only 1 month away. Now the top bowlers for the tournament after week 1, Alzarri Joseph, he's bowling the quickest, taking lots of wickets, 6 wickets so far in 2 matches, average 8 and an economy of 6. Alzarri Joseph, the leading seamer right now in the Caribbean, the quickest in the Caribbean. Wow! And so what are your thoughts so far on round 1 or leg 1 of the Caribbean Premier League? Leave your thoughts in the comment and remember please to like and to subscribe. Thank you for watching.